goodness.
Hi.
Suddenly, surprise, we're here.
I'm back.
What's up? Hello.
I was literally in the middle pulling up chat so we went live.
That's what I'm doing
What's up,
too.
everybody? Welcome
Heyo.
to
What's
Death
up?
Battle Cast. We are doing a very interesting matchup today with two franchises that we've never talked about, two series that are like relatively new. We'll get to it. Hey, I'm Ben, joined by Chad, Javi, and DJ, and welcome to
Heyo.
Death Battle Cast. We are going to be talking about Kagurabachi and Gachiakuta, which, if you don't know what those are, hey, stick around. You're going to learn.
Yeah, you're about to learn. You're about to find
They're
out.
big.
Yep.
They're the hot new things, right? So if you want to be in on the hot new things, this is where to.
You
where to
sound
be.
super cool right now, Ben.
Very hip.
It's time to be hip. It's time to be modern. It's time to be getting good with
Get in with the
cool people.
kids. Oh,
And I
wait,
didn't
no.
want to say it like that. But yes, so the way Death Battle Cast works is we're gonna be assigning two people to repping these characters. So Javi is going to be repping and I hope I can say these characters' names right. Chihiro Rokuhira from Kagurabachi.
Yep.
And DJ is taking on Rudo Sherbrek, which I guess is Cerberus backwards, from Gachiakuta. And it's going to be up to them to convince all of us, including you, that their character would win in a death battle. And at the end of the show, anybody watching this live right now will be able to vote on who would win. If you are new to this show, we do this live every Tuesday at noon Central Time. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being members as well.
Yeah. And if you're in
Chad?
the chat, thank you for first chatting, but also thank you for the super chats. It's perfect time for me to hit some now real quick. Ten Tails Insanity, another $100 super chat. Thank you, Ten Tails. Says, all right, lay it on me. I'm not curious who Chihiro is because I keep seeing him on so many different matchups. Can't wait to learn more about a series as much as I'd like to see how Rudo fares against Chihiro. Thank you, Ten Tails. Third Degree says a YouTuber called the Green Scorpion theorized that Wiz and Boomstick are based on the Death Watch announcers from Mad World, Kreese, and Buckshot. I have to know, is this correct? No. That's
what if we said yes?
right.
Like, yeah, this random ass theory.
Yeah, no, that was just Ben and I both started
What?
being way too hardcore sounding into like, yeah, match to the death and blah blah blah, and it sounded really bad. And we're like, okay, characters need personalities.
The announcers from Mad World. Oh,
Yeah.
right. I totally forgot about that. No, no. I mean, I guess there's probably similar sort of vibes for sure.
Yeah, it's like
But,
the classic comedy
technically,
duo of
no.
like the straight man versus the guy
Yeah.
that just talks a lot of shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think either of us had played Mad World. I know I hadn't. So if there's any similarities, it's purely coincidental.
Yep. We just needed a
Not
science
a-
guy and a redneck weapons expert. Is what
Yeah.
we thought of. Let's see. Michael says, heads up, never heard of either of these series, and I can't pronounce their names without it sounding like a weird sneeze. Yeah, Ben was really trying to make sure he got the names right.
Chihiro and
Yeah.
who's gonna win?
Night Ghost gifted out their one special membership. Thank you, Night Ghost, as always. And then Joe wants to know if we've seen the Nintendo Direct. We'll probably talk about that in the post show.
Yep.
Bam.
Oh yeah. Stick around. We'll have Champions Cast after this. And yeah, we'll talk about Summer Game Fest and some of the other stuff, I'm sure, because lots of stuff was announced over the past couple of days. Okay, and thank you all for the super chats. Let's get into Chihiro and Rudo. So I was kind of playing it up a little bit by hello fellow kids or whatever, right? But no, like seriously, these are two series that are like really big right now, and I keep seeing them requested for death battles, and I'm not super familiar with them, but Javi and DJ are, so I'm very curious to see how this all plays out, because maybe this is a pairing or at least characters that would be great for a future death battle episode. So let's get to this. Javi, you want to go first with
Yeah.
Kagurabachi?
Let's do it. Yeah. So Kagurabachi as a whole is a revenge story. And Chihiro Rokuhira, his father was murdered by a popular Japanese clan. Um, and he was murdered for the sole reason that he was the creator of 6 enchanted blades. So there was a huge event that happened in Japan called the Sete War. And his father, Kunishigi, created these blades to pretty much like win the war. And after his death, he essentially gave his life to create the last blade, N10, in secret, the seventh blade that Chihiro now uses against this rival clan to pretty much enact his revenge. Uh, there is a very big power system in the world of Kagurabachi, where there are sorcerers that use their own spirit energy in their bodies or their souls to
No
like
way.
have different like powers. Yeah, right. um, but yeah, so and there is a ore called the Dan Tenseki, which actually can amplify the spirit energy, which is what these enchanted blades are made out of. So Chihiro pretty much like fights a whole bunch of other enchanted blade users because his goal is to ultimately find them down, track them down, and prevent them from being used for evil. So his blade is N10, has 3 different powers. He has Kuro, where he can essentially just like send energy slashes outward using his spiritual energy. He has Red Akka. So Akka actually allows him to absorb spiritual energy and literally claim whatever ability is being used at him as his own. And then Nishiki, which amplifies his physical stats. So think, strength, speed, durability. But he's an absolute beast, really powerful samurai, and is just all around like gonna kick Rudo's ass here.
Okay. Uh, good summary of that. DJ, tell us about Rudo.
So
Gotcha.
Gachiakuta is a class revenge story, a story of
Hmm.
Rudo, who used to be a dumpster diver. That was his main thing. People at there is a spherite, which is basically like the heavens, and then there's the ground people. And Rudo was a spherite, although he was a poor spherite. So he went around collecting garbage and just appreciating every piece of garbage that he could find until one day he was framed for the murder of his guardian father Regto, and from there he was sentenced to be sent down literally down into the ground, which is their metaphor for hell, and he wants to climb back up to the spherite in order to exact revenge on the man that murdered his father, whoever that could possibly be. And once he gets down there, he realizes that the ground is basically crawling with trash beats. Basically, these kaiju sized monsters that's literally formed by trash, which are formed.
Sorry, are these official terms? Or are you making
Yes,
these
these are
ground
called,
people
they
and
are,
trash beasts?
yes, trash beasts, yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
I didn't know
So the
anything about
power,
this series, so I was not expecting this. All right.
so basically, if you're familiar with Bleach, and we did an episode on Soul Eater. Imagine if the full bring power system of Bleach and the weapon
Mhm.
system of Soul Eater basically merged their power systems together. So by amplifying his spiritual energy, obviously, like he can increase the power of his attacks, but he gains powers by the things that he adores and loves. So since he collects trash, if you have like a strong bond with objects, those become powers. And Rudo's thing is that he has a Watchman series, which are the 3R gloves, literally just like a pair of gloves, which allows him to bring about like the full potential of a weapon. So he can basically turn anything that he grabs and appreciates into a weapon. So Sam, if you can bring up Rudo V11 and V or VI1. And VI is vital instrument. So anytime an object,
VI1. Very
yeah,
specific. Okay.
So this is
yeah, so vital,
person
they
with
become
weapons that
vital
enhance the
instruments.
user versus a user that enhances things into weapons.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, Cody says if Oscar the Grouch was an anime protagonist.
Yeah, they're both vengeful, and one of them's in a
Mhm.
lot of trash.
Yeah. And they're very angry.
uh,
Rudo more so. He yells a lot.
Okay, definitely seeing the connections.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll bring up
Sam, you have that image?
VI1 for
Yeah,
Rudo.
VI1 Rudo.
And see
So this is like
how.
one of the examples that I was talking about is that he can literally like turn anything into a weapon. So in the example, I'm not sure if Sam has it pulled up. He does not yet. But he can turn like anything into a weapon. Just like a list of like things that he can turn into a weapon. He can turn like tires into weapons. He can make like nail guns into like machine gun bullets. He can create like a bunch of traps out of like sticks and stones and nails. The general idea is that Rudo appreciates like even the smallest bits of garbage in the world, so he can turn any of that into a power. There, VI1.
How many
This
images
is
did
like
you
one of my
send
favorite.
Sam? That's
I
taking
know.
so long to sift through them all to find VI1. There we go.
Okay, so this is like one of my favorite ones. Like he has a keyboard and he like types inside of the keyboard, and those become and the keys like
Oh,
pop
hell
out
yeah.
and become
Oh, that's what that
projectiles.
is.
Yeah,
Oh my
That's
god.
amazing.
That's really fun.
and
Keyboard
so
shooting keys.
so Rudo ends up joining like a band of basically super janitors that whose job is to clean up all the trash beasts. They're called the cleaners.
Hold on, is there a Toxic Avengers matchup here? I'm just wondering. Is there, like,
Yeah, I saw some other people saw mentioning Toxic Avenger in the chat. So
So yeah, he
trash
joins the
okay.
Avengers.
cleaners, and all of them all each have their like cool superpowers. One of the girls like have like a giant pair of scissors that she could use to cut up stuff. Another guy like has like his favorite stick that he had since his childhood that he basically uses like for cool martial arts. It's really sick.
What's what's the theme here? Why trash? Why trash and mole people? What's going on here?
Trash. It's trash because so the Spirite are just like a bunch of like pompous assholes, and like the ground like they're kind of scrappy and like getting together to make by, like the air is literally toxic around them, so they're gathering anything that they can to survive. So that's
Gotcha.
a
Okay.
big theme within Gachiakuta.
I had a hunch, so I looked up what Gachiakuta means, and it translates to legitimate trash.
Oh my
So
god.
if
Okay.
you like this series, you like legit
Legitimate
trash.
trash.
Yep.
Literally.
Hey, Escape says a literal keyboard warrior.
And it's backed by like some of like the best graffiti art like I think has like been put on a manga page. It's
Oh,
really
that's
cool
awesome.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's cool.
Okay. Okay. So
Thank
what's Chihiro gonna do against legit trash?
Legit trash. Well, it's funny because since this is like an ability, I'm assuming granted through his own spiritual energy, he can just absorb that with red and use it for himself. This is another example of him actually using this. There's another not enchanted blade, but there's other weapons in the Kagurabachi series that can actually rival enchanted blades. So a really powerful one called Flame and Bone, which literally just turns like a person's arm, or like it just becomes like this whole skeletal and like on fire like weapon. He can copy that and also transforms his own weapon. Same deal. So that's something he can easily use. But his stats are like super, like he's really fast. So Sam, go ahead and pull up image one. So there is another. So her name's Nayuki. She's describing the speed in which he's moving right now is faster than lightning. When he actually just prior literally mowed down a dude who moved even faster than that. And he does this through Nishiki, which is when he's able to increase his power through like his physical stats. But go ahead, Sam, bring up image two. So this is him fighting another, well, not right now. So this gentleman right here, Sojo, that's just like a huge chunk of rock that he's on. He's fighting like 5 sorcerers right now. He like ends up killing them. And then afterwards, he uses an enchanted blade called Cloud Gouger. That's what's in his mouth right now, to literally slam through this huge chunk of rock with lightning powers. And Chihiro ends up like fighting him and beating him completely, even though this weapon actually grants you the speed and power of lightning. So he's just really, really powerful. Also, like I mentioned, Chihiro's just going to be able to copy a lot of Rudo's attacks. I feel like that's just going to kind of like
His trash attacks?
his
Like,
trash
Yeah,
attacks. Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
go back to that. How does that work again?
Okay,
So,
so everything.
oh, go ahead. You go. My bad.
Well, specifically the copying.
Yeah. Go
Oh,
ahead.
the copying? Oh, he just
Yeah.
absorbs it. Like he just absorbs the
Okay.
attack, and it becomes his. Like it literally states like explicitly like it. He is granted ownership over another attack. Like absorbs and
Okay.
grants ownership.
okay. And then how does he convert the trash to weapons? Like, is there like is he using his
So in Gachiakuta, everything has anima, and anima is Latin for the soul. So everyone utilizes spiritual energy, which they imbue into things that they value, which brings forth that object's potential.
Okay.
For Rudo, he puts anima into his gloves, which allows him to basically transmute, or not even well, I guess it is transmutation. Basically transmute anything that he values or any object into a weapon. On the other hand, everyone typically imbues that into like one special object, but Rudo is special that he can do it to whatever he wants.
Well, third degree with a big super chat says Rudo's
Okay.
powers are situational. He can only grant powers to items that have been discarded by others because the whole idea is that he's bringing out the full potential of items that were trashed before they had the chance to be used properly.
Yes, that is a
Right.
good point. However, he can. So the way he values objects, and we'll get into this later, is even though he's bringing out their full potential, as long as the object, he feels like hasn't been utilized in the proper way, he can use it in that way.
Mm,
So it's more so a mindset thing rather than an explicit limitation on his power set.
got it.
So he would rather bring out forth like the trash that hasn't been used properly, but it doesn't preclude him from not being able to utilize objects in that manner.
Okay.
Okay. Also, just side note, I looked up what Kagurabachi means, and it looks like there's two potential translations, both of which I think are kind of going for the same idea. Kagura is a dance of the gods or for the
Mhm.
gods, and then Bachi can be divine retribution or
Yeah.
the way some of how it's presented in the manga itself. Fishbowl, which is very
Yeah.
different.
Yeah,
But
fishbowl. Yeah, that makes
either
sense for
way,
intent. Yeah.
Yeah.
either way, it
Well,
kind of sounds to me like there's this sort of like disdain, like playing around as like gestures for the gods is what I'm kind of getting from it.
yeah. So
Or
we
like
haven't
playing in the gods like playground kind of thing.
exactly. So we haven't seen all of the enchanted blades yet in the series. But so the reason why like the fishbowl aspect of the name, before his father passed, he showed him like these. He got literally like fish. His dad's like such a himbo. It's so funny.
Okay.
So he shows Chihiro those three fish. He's like, look, like so, like the black one is for warding off evil. The red one is for bringing in good fortune, and I forget what the mixed colored ones, but they all represent like the powers of the N10 blade. And
Gotcha.
so
Okay.
for Black in particular, one of the abilities that he has is he can summon like a bunch of like spiritual goldfish, like black goldfish that like go around him and actually can be used for like reconnaissance, like literally like scoping out things. Even like, for instance, we'll
Okay.
get into it later. But his blade gets sent into another dimension and he can still sense and use its powers from that other dimension.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so each of the blade powers are represented by fish.
Okay. But is there a sort of theme of like higher beings, lesser beings, and the lesser beings trying to push out of that sort of space, similar to the trash world Rudo's stuck with?
Well, I'm imagining once we get a little bit more into like the true origins of why the enchanted blades are as powerful as they are, I'm sure that'll
Mm,
probably like unlock maybe like some theme there. Yeah.
kind of that One Piece sort of world building in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Lily Mandragon is asking, is Chihiro's power copying similar to Mega Man, Kirby, Rogue, or Metal Sonic? Yeah, which is like the closest, the easiest comparison.
Uh
Whichever
I
character.
guess Metal Sonic, just because it's not like Metal Sonic Kirby kind of. So really, what it's like is he gets attacked by it, and then red like emanates out of the blade and then absorbs it,
Mm.
and then his blade ends up using the respective attack.
Is it
Obviously,
like
Do you
like
have to
absorb
does
it,
it have
send
to
it
hit
back?
him? Yeah.
Oh,
it's
sorry.
absorb
Or
and
is it
send
just
it
he
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
sees
it's
it?
absorbed through an attack.
yeah.
Okay. So it
So he
has to
can't, like,
strike
do it
his
again.
blade.
Yeah, he has to always like it's a temporary thing. So like he absorbs it, he has to use it then and there, and then he would have to like
Okay.
do it again and again and again.
So
Got
it's
it.
less a copying, more a redirection.
Yeah.
What it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, eh.
Yeah,
'Cause
I was
then
actually going
he
to.
doesn't keep the power, right? He sends it
It's
back. Can he
temporary.
do it again? Yeah,
So
okay.
when he copied Flame and Bone, the weird
Mhm,
skeletal enchanted weapon, like he just had it. He was
mhm.
chilling with it for a little bit
Yeah.
Before he ended up
Okay.
sending it
Okay.
out. But
Mm,
So
okay.
it's not like he has to instantly send it back.
yeah,
He just can he absorb multiple different attacks or whatever and then fire them all at once?
as far as I know, it's really just the one attack.
Sojo, Flamebone. Yeah, I think it's just the one attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe for later on
Yeah.
because both these series are not done yet, right?
No,
Correct.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kagurabachi recently like had its major time skip. Um,
Yeah.
and then Gachiakuta just like
As all
ended like one
as
of
all
its
anime eventually do.
one of its like biggest arcs. Like I think it might have been like a couple days ago that like one of its biggest arcs just ended.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, they're at a good point in their series, but they're not done yet.
Okay. Um Reagan Clark asks, would Chihiro get Cloud Gouger in this fight since he had it for a bit until it was broken?
That's what I was
Spoilers.
That's what I was going to ask.
We can talk about Cloud Gouger. So what ended up happening is so Sojo, that person that fight I showed earlier where he blew up that boulder or whatever.
Mhm.
So he was using Cloud Gouger. Chihiro ends up beating him, but the way that he beat him was actually by like literally like cutting Cloud Gouger in half, which Sojo didn't expect him to do at all. Like he thought like he
Mm.
would just care about the enchanted blade so much, but he had like Chihiro has every intention of just like stopping the blades no matter what. But Chihiro ends up losing the N10 for a little bit. And he ends up using the broken pieces of Cloud Gouger to pretty much get it back. So, so what Cloud Gouger has is May, which is the ability of lightning. We already kind of covered that a little bit, but genuinely, like he becomes as fast and uses lightning, like he can shoot it out as like projectiles. And then he has Yui, which is ice. So ice, like literally just ice attacks, like he can freeze objects in midair. And yeah, it's just lightning and ice, and then a little bit of water too, where if he can use lightning to melt the ice to like create like a dust or not dust cloud, but mist. And yeah, I mean, he used it for a little bit. It ends up like actually like literally used it to the point where it ended up like being destroyed. Like the hilt
Mm.
of Cloud Gouger is no longer like Cloud Gouger's gone. But he used it for an arc. So
Okay. Yeah. Temporary weapons like that are always kind of tricky to
yeah.
decide whether or not they count. As
Mhm.
Michael McDonald mentions in chat, you gave Raiden the Murasama, even though he only gets it in the final boss. Yeah, in Metal Gear Rising. It- the reason why we did that is because it all kind of builds up to that sword, and that's the
Yeah.
sword he ends with.
And
It's like the thing he ends his story with, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense to give it to him. A
This
weapon
yeah.
that appears for a brief period of time in a character's story and then is
It is
lost
canonically
is
destroyed.
Yeah,
Like,
it's gone.
I would still err on the side of like he should get it unless there's some other reason for not,
yeah, and even
giving it to
then,
him.
Rudo also
You could
has
also
like his
compare it to
fair
like
share
power
of
ups and stuff
like
from video games
temporary
sometimes.
weapons. So like
Yeah.
for instance, like one of the characters named Grease, he had this amulet. And when Rudo like utilized that amulet, this is like in the anime, so it's not that big of a spoiler. He brought out its full potential, and he for like a whole fight, like he had like this temporary weapon that eventually like got destroyed because whenever he utilizes a weapon after like bringing out its full potential, it'll eventually like disappear and like evaporate because he's like pretty much utilize it to its full potential. And Grease's
Yeah.
amulet that can like deflect like all manner of like hostile attacks. So even if like Chihiro like comes at him like with a sword attack, it's just gonna like be blocked and moved out the way because it like reverts hostility towards him. So
Okay.
if we want to bring in like temporary power sets, then Rudo brings in like a ton of counters to Chihiro's abilities. And on the absorbing point, there is I coming into that, I didn't really think about that they utilize spiritual energy, but one point towards that is that Rudo specifically is using a Watchmen series. So kind of similar to the Enchanted Blades, which is funny, is that there are 6 other Watchmen series that are like the super powerful pieces of objects that can be utilized. So Rudo has the gloves, other people have glasses, or not the glasses, but a watch, boots. So Rudo's gloves, it's not normal to wear like a Watchmen series, because while in Gachiakuta people put in like bring out an object's desires, the Watchmen series brings out the desire of a single person. So Rudo's Watchmen series is
Mm.
like amplifying his desire for revenge. And any normal person that tries to like absorb the spirit of like a Watchmen series without proper preparation is just going to drive themselves insane and kill themselves. So the
Okay.
question would be, if Chihiro tries to absorb the power of a Watchmen series gloves, would that actually kill him? Would he
No.
like revert that?
So the reason why is because there were other characters that he fought that had the ability to like manipulate one's will, and I can't remember the name of the character, but what this character did, his spiritual power was to literally like bring out one's worst traumas, so that it would just like kind of like keep them like stun locked. But then he made the mistake of playing the trauma of his father, like dying, and that it was just like oh no, I'm gonna move because now you like revitalized my will to want to like keep killing
Yeah,
or
yeah,
to get
yeah.
revenge. So
Right.
as soon as he has that thought process of like, all right, I'm doing this for my father, like he's locked in.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting comparison, because both of their like innate desires is this desire for revenge.
Yeah.
So that would be like a nice dichotomy to play off of it. And I also thought about it as like, okay, if he could absorb probably some of the spiritual energy, but what if Rudo were to like literally take one of the swords and start using it? What happens then?
Oh, okay. So, interestingly enough, with the enchanted blades, so enchanted blades all have lifelong contracts. So whoever wields the enchanted blade or their respective blade, the abilities of that blade cannot be used by another person until that person dies. So once they're dead, then someone else can come in, take in the blade, and then use its power. Um, and
Well,
yeah,
so would you say that he loves these blades a lot? Like they mean a lot
Yeah,
to
would he
him?
love these? Yeah, do they?
well, his father like created them, but I mean, I think it's more so, especially because he destroyed Cloud Gouger. I think it's less about like if he loves the blades and more so he wants to make sure they don't get used for evil, and
Okay,
he'll do
because
anything to stop that.
we had a
If
super
he's
chat
bringing
from
out the potential of Inten, that might be something really crazy. Because we'll get into like
Yeah.
the craziest stuff that Rudo's done, especially with this recent arc. But go ahead, Chad.
yeah, because Scopper in the chat brought up said in the newer arcs of Gachiakuta, someone says, "I thought your power only works on trash," and Ruder replies, "My 3R lets me draw out the full potential of an item. The more love it's been given, the more powerful it explodes."
Yeah.
Uh, well, that's interesting.
Okay.
So
So-
the
Yeah.
actually on
So
that
if he
note,
if he
Wait.
really loved Inten, then
well, so the thing is, I don't know if there's ever been like him being like, "I love this blade," but so the way that the Don Tenseki work, well, mind you, the blades are described as indestructible, and N10 specifically is like the one that's able to destroy the other blades because that's what it was designed for essentially. But the Don Tenseki ore that's used to create the blades is so refined that it actually like no kidding prevents spiritual destruction. So for instance, someone Sojo, when he was defeated, he ended up grabbing because he was like, oh, like I was chosen by the enchanted blade. So that means that like, like I'm the shit pretty much. So he grabbed like unrefined ore, like Dantenseki ore, and like charged his energy into it, and it just fucking blew up and killed him. So that's what the blades prevent.
Okay. Hang on.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I also want to revisit that super chat. The more love it's been given, the more powerful it explodes. I thought what was established earlier is it was kind of the opposite. What's been discarded is what he's able to like pull out the true power of.
so he's basically pulling out so yes, it's so in one way, yes, that he can bring out like the power of items that are discarded. That's just generally how the power system works. But since in the world of Gachiakuta, the more love something has, the more anima it has, he can bring forth it. The power of the Watchmen
Yeah.
series is that he's bringing that power to the surface, whatever that power may be. Maybe it's like a love or a discardment of an item. He's basically bringing an item to its full potential,
Yeah. The more
Gotcha.
love something's
regardless of the
given,
form.
the higher its potential has become, right?
That
Is
comes
kind of
out.
Yeah.
yeah.
If it's been discarded, he brings out the disdain for it.
Yeah, the disdain.
essentially.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. Well, what a unique like how do you measure that in terms
Right?
of like
There's some really cool
statistical
things that
power
like
system?
so the person with the Watchman boots, like her power isn't like necessarily like in like trying to fight people. She has like extremely like potent mental manipulation. So like she like spits out traumas at everyone to like get people away from her. And then
Oh, the
this is
boots?
from like the Watchman boots.
Okay.
There's another one, I'm
I
forgetting
was
what
totally expecting you to
one.
say super speed, and then you're like mental powers.
There is someone with mental speed, but that's a huge spoiler that I don't want to bring up because
Okay.
it's like the
Sure.
coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
It happened like few
Let me put on my thinking boots. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're so both series. Wait, do both series have an anime? One of them is coming up, right?
Kagurabachi anime is coming out, I believe, like early next year, and then
Uh,
Gachiakuta has been.
yeah, April of
Yeah.
next year. April of next year it comes
Okay.
out.
Okay. Yeah.
But of course, I
so
remember
don't want to
when
spoil too much, but whatever
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
need to like talk about is important.
yeah.
Yeah, Sarah,
Kagurabachi
that's
had
exactly what
that.
I was thinking. Boots equal mind powers? How?
There is
Breaking
one.
all the
'Cause I had to
conventions.
I had to remember which part it was, but like there's like a Watchman jacket, and that Watchman jacket allows like anyone that like eats something to get those powers of like whatever he's eating. So like there's the one of the main villains, like he'll like eat like stuff like birds, and then he'll like gain wings off of it. It's really sick. So like
Okay.
anything he eats, he'll mutate into.
Yeah.
The third
Okay.
degree has another way of describing Rudo's power, which is if an item's been discarded and then shown love afterwards, its use or powers increase. The
Mhm.
first item he uses is a good luck charm for protection, and Rudo turns it into an avatar
Yeah.
that blocks all attacks.
And that's Grease's amulet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was just
okay.
talking about.
EJ was talking about.
Yeah. So
Um,
it's basically just like the level of appreciation towards something
Mhm.
that it has been
Yeah.
given or not been given, and the variety of it, like its importance through like how it has affected people, essentially.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
It's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then Sabbath Wolf earlier said Chihiro can also copy teleportation and healing, basically as long as his blade makes contact with whatever he's copying. But
Yeah.
Famulator, boots equals mind powers because you think on your feet.
oh, dude.
Mm.
Oh,
That's funny.
You got us on that one. That's
That-
it. It's clearly all.
God. and the show, like just like way to go, man.
Is that Volition with the super chat mentions Rudo wouldn't be able to use any enchanted blade and his own powers at the same time. The lifelong contracts lock away one's innate sorcery. In this case, it would be Rudo's power to bring out items. Okay. So might not be able to take advantage of that.
Take it. Might not be able to take advantage of that if it locks someone's innate sorcery. Yeah, and they both use spiritual powers. If he grabs it, it'll probably just like lock down like his ability to bring down items. But he'll have an enchanted blade now, though.
We have some crazy super chats coming in just to explain this.
But
which
to
is
explain the
very-
trash powers.
Yeah.
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 Everyone's trying to define love.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, Ekta says a
wanna-
good way to
wanna keep
put it.
going?
It's like in Toy Story. Toys can get all the love a child has to give, but they're thrown in the trash eventually once there's no more use for them. However much love the trash had before is the key. Vamulator gifted out 10 memberships either in celebration or apology of their joke. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, immediately
Thank you,
follows up with
Vamulator.
got him.
Yeah.
So if Woody was a weapon,
If
Andy would be
Woody-
incredibly
yeah,
powerful.
Actually, yes.
Toy
If
Story.
Woody was a weapon, Andy would be ridiculously strong. Yes.
There's a snake in my boot. Like it just like
Yeah. It'd literally be snakes too.
yeah. Right?
Just launching snake.
To infinity and beyond, gonna go crazy, bro.
So yeah. So Woody would be the most powerful weapon in Rudo's hands. Like
that kid literally cried when he was driving away from his toys.
Yeah.
Like he loved those things so much.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Scott with
so
the
did we.
$50 super chat wants to explain the boots, I think. Says Amos
Oh my
Watchman
God.
boots produce smells that reflect emotional states she has experienced. Since she mostly experienced what she thinks is love, she causes illusions which make people see/hear her as someone they love, enhancing their want to protect. The smelly boots?
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds like a very like
It's not the craziest thing in this series.
okay. Smells that reflect emotional states. This is fascinating because everything we've been talking about in terms of like how this power system works feels to me like extremely interpretive. Like a smell reflecting an
Right.
emotional state. What scent reflects happiness? Right?
Gasoline.
Like, is it?
I think it would be different
Is
to
it?
different people.
No, I don't know.
That's no,
Yeah,
that's
it'd
gotta
be for different people.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Is it different for different people? Like, does it
yeah,
like
yeah.
reflect what she thinks of when she thinks of happiness? Is that the idea?
Or is it just the
Yes,
smell
like
of happiness and everyone
is
interprets it
lavender
their
What
own
she,
way?
it's what she,
Or-
it's what she thinks of happiness. I
Okay.
don't believe it's ever emphasized like what exactly it smells like. It's just that it smells like her version of happiness.
Gotcha.
Mm.
There's probably some sort of like smell science, that exists. Kind of like how there's like flowers represent different things. I'm sure there's like odors, different kinds of scents and odors represent different
Yeah.
things. Smell science is maybe not the right phrase,
Yeah.
but you know what I
Yes.
mean. I'm sure there's like an actual thing to it.
What do you do? I'm a smell scientist.
Fascinating. Okay, yeah. Sarah, these are just all weird stand powers, and I love it. Yeah. Very much kind of like the similar sort of vibe for sure.
It's
where
full
just
brain,
like,
but with the logic of a stand. Yes, that's exactly.
okay. Coming back to that, yes. Now I understand it much more. The like weird ass full brain power
Yeah.
similarity. Yeah. Okay. Michael McDonald, remember when shonen powers were just magic, but we ain't gotta explain it? Yeah, shonen powers used to be simple. It was just you just shoot
Yeah.
lasers from your hands. That's
Yeah, I
it.
know, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now we've got
incredible.
smelly trash feet boots or whatever.
Normal
smelly
sword.
trash feet.
Yeah.
Boots to be clear, not
That's right.
feet.
I'm sure they'll yeah, that's true.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, CB Lewis
Okay.
is right. It's the power of love.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bringing it back down a little
Yeah.
bit. So we can get back to that conversation. I know you guys mentioned that there were some really big feats you wanted to talk about. Is it possible that we're going to get into some like big spoilers for since these anime are literally
There
in the process
is
of
going
coming
to
out?
be like a big spoiler for like something that Rudo does,
Okay.
which is like in the latest arc.
Okay.
If you've read
Uh,
Gachiakuta, you know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, then
Okay, Javi.
Spoilers
is
ahead.
Same kind of thing for
My
Chihiro,
thing
or
doesn't. My thing actually happens kind of at like the midway point of the series. So nothing too spoilerific. But I can.
Well, I mean, to be fair, on your end, like the anime literally isn't out yet.
Isn't
at all,
out yet,
right?
yeah.
So,
So
everything is a spoiler if we're
everything's a spoiler.
approaching it that way. Okay. If possible, let's just kind of try to avoid any specific like plot relevancy stuff. So like we can try to avoid some story spoilers. But ultimately, you are trying to argue for who would win. So, everybody watching, listening, take that for what you will. Spoiler warning, just in case. Before we jump into the big stuff, I did just want to do a quick reminder that we do have an event coming up at the end of this month. Chad and I will be heading to VidCon in Anaheim. Isn't that right, Chad?
Yep. It's our first time at VidCon, and they reached out to us and we're like, hey, we'd like to have you as featured creators. And we're like, hell yeah, we've always wanted to go to VidCon, so this will be great. So yeah, we got some panels and activities and fun things going on there, including a crossover panel that we're going to be doing. That's going to be very fun. That may have some drawing involved. Yeah. So if you're out in the Anaheim area, or if you're attending VidCon, or if you've been thinking about it and now need an excuse to do that, go on out there. Come say hi. We would love to see you and take any photos and entertain you, hopefully.
Yeah, so that we'll be in Anaheim. It's June 25th through 27th, I believe, are the dates for VidCon. So hope to see some of you there. It was great.
Also, sorry, go ahead. Finish your thing.
No, I mean, I was just gonna say it was great seeing a bunch of people at Comic Palooza. So this is like the other end of the country, right? So
yeah, it was no bucket hats. Y'all were threatening me in the chat that it was gonna happen, and not one. So
nobody came up with a bucket hat.
Not a single
Wait,
person.
hang on, Chad. Were you intimidating people to not bring their bucket hat up to you to sign?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There were a lot of people who came up and were like, "I don't have anything for you to sign." Did they have their bucket hat in their room and they were like, "I don't know, it's gonna feel awkward.
There's no
Chad,
shot.
He's gonna yell at me."
No, there's no shot. If they had it, they would have brought it. So yeah. Yeah, Michael, I'm pretty sure you were one of the people who be like, hope you're ready to sign a bunch of bucket hats or whatever. And I thought you were going to be there. But no. Well, here's that challenge chat. I'm just saying.
That is a challenge.
Y'all were so confident.
I want to see somebody bring the bucket hat up to Chad and get him to sign it, because he
Put
will.
a bounty on it.
And I'll make sure he does.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If you don't know what bucket hat we're talking about, go to deathmetal.gg. That's our website with our kind of like Patreon-esque model and the store and stuff.
Yeah, while you're there, check out the cool new design that Luis put together. Just like on it.
Right.
So for Yuji Denji, he just made this cool like custom art that he sent to me. It was just like, I don't know, in case you want it for like a shirt or something. I was like, hell yeah. So I put it on a shirt, and it looks also like super rad on a desk mat. But yeah, Luis just did that, and I thought it was super cool, so I put it up there.
Yeah, I know this is a little last minute, but Sam, if you could grab that design and just have it pop up at some point, we'll mention it when you're able to bring it up. But yeah, it'd be cool to show that off, because I don't think we've really talked about that all that much here.
No, because I put it up
because it just
and
kind of
wasn't here. I wasn't here last week because I was out of town.
Yeah, Luis just kind of drew something up. It was like, put this on the store. We're like, sure.
All right.
So
God, I love being independent. I can't stress that enough.
This looks cool. Can we use it? Sure.
That easy.
Yeah. All right. So Sam will be
I need to pull that bucket hat down. I'm just saying, it's been up there for too long, and I run the store now, so it's gonna go away.
Grab it before Chad takes it down. That's true. He has control over it now. Oh no!
Yeah, I do.
Grab the bucket hat before Chad takes it down. We need to have.
I'm just gonna replace it with Sam's face. That's what I'm doing.
This Sam hat? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Sam bucket hat.
Nobody will buy that. Go ahead, loser.
Okay, all right.
Alan says I didn't like the hat anyway, so
good. No one should.
Okay, so there it is. Yeah, so
there
that's
it
the
is.
shirt for the design. There's also a what did you say it was, a mat?
A desk mat. Yeah, like
a desk mat. That's what it is.
So it could be for use it for your mouse and keyboard, or if you play cards or anything like that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
God,
So,
what photo to choose from Sam? So many good ones.
So a mix of Chainsaw Man and JJK. Okay, so as Chad is selecting what would it be called? Symmetrical image. Symmetry. A symmetry image. Coming back to Kagurabachi and Gachiakuta. Aiden with the super chat says, I know power sets are the most important discussion, but I also wanted to mention that both have quite a softer side to them that could likely play off of. Chihiro is especially a real fake I don't give a fucker.
Yeah.
So that's like
he's-
the main. It's very
Yeah.
funny because when I was reading Kagurabachi, because it was basically saved by memes and people like really like sharing it around, because it originally was going to get axed by Shonen Jump. But the funniest
interesting.
panel
Okay.
is like one of the first couple chapters where he says like every day I wake up with a fresh dose of hatred. And then like the whole series is about proving that statement wrong, that he like actually cares a lot about everyone.
Yeah.
And then there's like this scene where it's just like all the friends he made in the same room that he set that in. He's like, well, okay, this is my life now.
It's the Yusuke ism, the Yu Hakusho-ism. I'm just here to kick ass. I don't care about anything. Oh, actually, I actually kind
He
of
does
like do give a
everything.
shit.
He does everything he can because he really is the goodest boy. Like he ultimately is just like doing his best to like prevent people from like being murdered by these blades. Like even to like subject himself to like physical pain to like help others that he doesn't even know. Yeah, it's like his big heroic trait.
Okay. Just dude, Sam rage baiting people into buying stuff. That's our new marketing plan. We're just gonna rage bait you guys into buying our merch. Okay, so
Whatever works.
let's get into the really powerful stuff. What did you
Yeah,
say? Whatever
so-
works.
Yeah.
I guess we can talk about like stats for a bit because we haven't really talked about that. So you mentioned like dodging like lightning, and I would probably concede that Chihiro by most metrics is probably faster. But there is like feats in the series. So obviously, like even in chapter 1, Rudo was already like dodging bullet from soldiers. Rudo speed 1, Sam. So there's a character, damn, I forget her name. It starts with an N. But her vital instrument is a comb that like shoots out like ionized bits of electricity through the air, and another cleaner was able to dodge these just perfectly fine. And Rudo, by like the current point in the series, is way faster than that. So he'd at least be like working with at least like a comparable speed, if not just a little slower than Chihiro. Or what Sojo was at their fight. Granted, both of them have gotten faster, so it'd probably still go to Chihiro in that regard. Um, for strength, so the thing about the trash beasts is that they aren't like just like little tiny globs of trash. They're like behemoths. Like think of like kaiju from Attack, like the Titans from Attack on Titan, but made of trash. So they're like several stories tall. So strength 1, Rudo utilized like this nail gun and was like able to like blast apart like a big chunk of it, or at least crater a big chunk of it. And later he's able to like destroy like these 2-story tall beasts just like very casually, and even like the side of mountains. Sam, Rudo V1-2. This is also like a really cool object that he brings out the potential of. It's like literally a dry blower, and he like puts it on its back and shoots like a gust of air that like obliterates everything around it. And he used this to like one shot an entire house.
Oh man.
Okay.
And before we get into like the biggest thing for Rudo, which I think is just gonna cinch my debate, I'll let Javi go.
All right. Well,
Leaving that thread.
So-
Okay.
So
Yeah.
for Chihiro, like I mentioned earlier, there are a bunch of sorcerers in the world of Kagurabachi that have a lot of unique abilities. People who can control shockwaves, people who can control plants, teleport, heal, etc. So there's this one individual by the name of Kiora. He's the head of the Sazanami clan. Go ahead and pull up image 3, Sam. So it's a combination of 2 different pages, but his ability is to create a subspace that extends infinitely, and it is explicitly stated to be something that was created by one of his descendants a couple centuries prior. So it is something that he produced from his own spiritual energy, and then it just got like handed off like by generation to generation. And in that space, they control everything. Kiora makes this like very like explicitly known because he ends up fighting Chihiro in the space. And he's like, I control everything. Like you, there's nothing that you can do. Like I know where you are at all times. Just because of like his spirit energy just emanating throughout this entire space. Go ahead and bring up image 4, Sam. So there is the strongest enchanted blade, which is actually, well, it's regarded as the strongest. You could argue that N10 is more than capable to be its rival, but the Shinuichi blade, which is like the reason why they won the Sete War. That I mentioned earlier. They like his father Kunishigi made all these blades, but this was the blade that won the war. Super powerful. It's stated at the top right of this panel here. The Shinichi's presence literally made this entire void just unstable and like corrode. Just with its presence and its slashes alone, its spiritual energy that was emanating off it. And that bottom panel like is both the Shinichi and the Inten blade matching each other's like ability or like strength. Because I mean, all blades emanate like spiritual energy at all times. So they're literally like matching each other, blow for blow in this like unstable space, which mind you, Kiora is like using like to the fullest extent to also like attack Chihiro. If you can actually bring up again image 3, Sam. So even if we don't take into account the infinite space, there are tons of islands in this space. So this is supposed to be like an infinite storeroom. And I know I mentioned earlier where Chihiro can even sense his sword in another space. So this is when he got the sword stolen and put into this space. He could still sense it from in here. But these little like cubes are like storing a bunch of items like merchandise pretty much. And they're just on a bunch. There's a ton of these islands inside of this like subspace. And he literally like as he's fighting Chihiro is like deconstructing these islands and like throwing them at Chihiro. So just
Okay.
very, very strong, powerful blade spiritual energy that Chihiro absolutely scales to, especially with N10 blade just being as powerful as it is. And yeah.
So
Okay.
so a couple things is that while the space is like really impressive, those islands are like basically like separate warehouses. So even though they're like separate islands, I wouldn't particularly like put that at like it's really strong, but nothing like too crazy. And I guess my final thing is that can Chihiro turn himself into a superhero? So,
Well,
What does that
so
mean?
Rudo was able to bring out like the potential of his own outfit that he had received and basically turned himself
Okay.
into Super Cerberus. So Rudo Super 1.
Okay.
So he basically like brings out like the potential of his own outfit and amplifies all of his stats tremendously.
What?
So in this
Okay.
form, like he's able to like fly, like leap, like huge bounds, and is basically compared to like when they're fighting the villain. I'm not gonna get into that because that's like a huge spoiler.
Sure.
They basically describe him as literally god of the ground. And
Okay.
this is like far beyond like anything like a trash beast is like trash beast since they're not like made of flesh and bone, they have like a mass far greater than anything in the ground, and they're like able to like swing things. So even that kinetic energy alone, probably more than what Chihiro's pay grade is dealing with. And Rudo Super 2, like when him and the villain of this arc are like clashing, they're literally like crashing into like cities and mountains. So Rudo Super 2, if you can bring that up.
I just want to point out that Celia Frostburn, sick ass name says, I mean, as long as it's trash, anything is possible. The no trash limit fallacy.
So that's kind of
Incredible.
like so Rudo effectively and again this is like through the Watchmen Powers series, so it's not something that Chihiro is going to be able to like absorb like pretty reliably unless like you state that he could probably survive maybe being driven mad by it, but he's going to be able to stay in this form even if it's absorbed. And he's able to just beat the shit out of Chihiro. It doesn't matter what his sword's going to do to him. He could just crash him into a mountain and that's going to be wraps for him.
Okay. Wait, is this like, are we are we entering One Punch Man levels of like
Oh,
there's
definitely
there's
not.
no
Well,
limit
One Punch
to
Man,
how ridiculous this can get?
a little bit, but there are some limitations to this powers that he can only if he utilizes this, he can't like bring out his weapon. So once he uses this, it's like over. Like it's either this or he dies.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of getting to that point where like there's more bigger scale battles, but there's plenty of smaller stuff like peppered around too. This is just
Yeah.
like
But
the
like
climax of that arc.
if he so he got the powers of a superhero just by wearing the costume of the superhero. Is the
No,
superhero
I was using it as
real?
a metaphor. He was utilizing like the cost, like the outfit he's been wearing like for a majority of the series, like his
Mhm.
cleaner's outfit. And since
Mhm.
he has like so much pride in like
Yeah.
his role as a cleaner in the ground, that
Mhm.
brought forth like a power that to like essentially become a
Okay.
superhero. Yeah.
Mhm.
Understood. Okay. It's not that it was the idea of what it was. It was his pride in it, his
Yeah.
feelings
Yeah.
for it. Got it. Okay. 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 Um, I think I just misunderstood. Cool. Okay. It's not quite as ridiculous as I thought it
Yeah.
was at first,
No,
but still pretty insane. All right. So I mean, does Chihiro have anything to counter that?
Uh, absorbing and turning into it himself. So it's more
Oh,
specific,
that's
like to
true.
the outfit.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, Flame and Bone is I don't have an image of it, unfortunately. But Flame and Bone is that weapon I've referred to a few times already that rivals the power of an enchanted blade, and it's like literally like a skeletal hand. And so Jiro actually ends up like copying it with his blade, and his blade also turns into skeletal hand. Um, I think it could probably extend to a full outfit. That'd be kind of sick.
Mhm.
I to my
Interesting.
knowledge, I
Okay.
don't think he's copied like an entire because I mean, there's obviously no enchanted
Mhm.
weapon that's like clothes, but well, I mean, if the claw, yeah, you consider the flame and bow like I guess like clothes by the extension of it, just like like literally being like a glove. So that'd be cool knowing that, and especially because it's spiritual energy.
I kind of really want to see like if we were to like really get into it, like how these powers would interact, especially the copying aspect,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like how that what that would result out of. Because that's like an interesting question as to what would happen if Chihiro like used Akka to absorb the 3R, or if Chihiro were to try to bring out. Well, I guess it would lock down his innate
Oh,
sorcery, but it's
and
like an interesting question.
what if he copies it and his version of a superhero is like the fish? Like he gets a fish
He
outfit.
turns into he gets a
Yeah,
fish that
kind of cool.
because
The fish
Chihiro like
man?
turns into like literally like Cerberus, hence his namesake. So
Yeah.
would Chihiro
Okay.
turn into a fish, like a super fish?
I'm gonna get a poll going. So let's get our final arguments in here. I will say just to clarify, because I saw some people in chat wondering.
Oh, wore a wolf hat. Sorry,
So
I did misspeak. It was the wolf hat he was wearing
mm,
that turned him to like
uh
a werewolf.
made him into a wolfman kind of thing.
Yeah, wolf man. Yeah.
Uh Kamikaze Badger asks, so what would happen if Rudo finds Burger King Green Lantern toys? Yeah, so he wouldn't actually get anything from it unless that specific Green Lantern toy was like loved by someone. And even then, would it give him Green Lantern powers? That's not really how it works, right?
Uh, I mean, someone would have to like Rudo would have to know what a Green Lantern is to understand the idea that like bringing forth the potential of a Green Lantern involves probably this, or someone would have to imbue it with anima, which is the love of a Green Lantern. Which is to say, someone in the Gachiakuta verse would have to know what a Green Lantern is for that to
Gotcha.
be a
Okay.
question.
That would need to be the appreciation put into the
Yeah,
item, or the
yeah, exactly.
disdain put into the item, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Got
Aiden
it.
says,
Okay.
"Are we
What
gonna
an
acknowledge the
interesting.
instantaneous reaction to Butterfly from Chihiro?" Even know
Oh,
what that
repeat
stuff
that.
is?
Sorry.
Are we gonna acknowledge the instantaneous reaction to Butterfly from Chihiro?
Oh, yes. Butterfly is an attack from the Shinichi blade, I believe, and all of its attacks, all of its attacks are like named after insects. Um, and yeah, I mean that's a pretty insane speed feat. I think overall speed is absolutely going to be going to. Actually, if you want to use this as an opportunity to do final arguments, Ben.
Yes, we
Yeah,
should do that. Yes, but yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I think even DJ said earlier
mhm,
that like
yeah,
speed probably goes to Chihiro. It's kind of
yeah.
everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think with the speed aspect, and it seems that obviously Rudo's very capable of like spinning, like turning the tide by like he has a lot of different like powers too. But it's what's cool is that I believe that um Chihiro is just going to be able to utilize his better speed to
Mhm.
send a lot of these attacks back at Rudo in a way that he wouldn't expect. He has a very interesting power set with his fish powers, where he can literally like emanate spiritual power outside of himself to distract and even like keep tabs on Rudo at all times. And I just think he's the more skilled fighter, and I think he's got it.
Okay.
My final argument boils down to Chihiro is far more versatile, can bring out forth of like anything that he may find around the environment. Assuming that like it has like any sort of like appreciation put into it. On top of that, he's just stronger. His wolf hat form would probably be more than Chihiro can handle, and at that point, it's kind of wrapped because Chihiro's gonna be constantly on the back foot. And I probably did misspeak about some of the abilities here and there. It's been a while since I like read the first 150 chapters. I like caught up a few days ago, so apologies for any Gachiakuta fans. There's like that's not how it works. I'm pretty sure I was mostly right though. 95%.
Yeah,
right.
basically says
Well,
fish
I like
versus
that.
werewolf.
I'm mostly right about
Yeah.
him.
Well, Third Degree says, I just looked up Rudo on the wiki, and it only says that the item has to be discarded. Whether or not it was loved afterwards will affect only how it changes, not that it can be changed.
Right. I mean, that's kind of what we were
Yeah.
talking about, right? The level of disdain or love for it affects how it changes in terms of like how it can be used. Which is just where it gets very up in the air. So we would have to like go through every single, assuming I'm understanding this correctly, we would have to go through every single use of an item throughout the series to gauge like a general like average level of appreciation versus power set
Right.
to like kind of figure out what a like standard item like translates to. I'm sure there's like some logic behind it, but like just describing it doesn't sound like there is. Okay, so the poll is up. Go ahead and get your votes. It's already very close. I see a couple people with black skull badges next to the name in the chat. So thank you for joining. We got some new members, which is awesome.
I did see a
Really
couple people in
appreciate
chat going like, "Well, I didn't know anything about these characters, but I would like to see this as a matchup or like either of these characters on
Same.
the show." So that's cool.
Yeah, we've definitely seen we've had pitches and stuff for Chihiro. And Gachiakuta has come up a few times as well. But we've never had I don't believe we've had like a really good just long form discussion about like the comparison between their power sets.
Right.
And that is definitely, I think, drummed up some interest for me because it's a very unique like
it really
pairing,
is.
like in terms of how their powers pair up.
I mean, just looking into Rudo would be
Rudo is
so
wild.
interesting to do.
I really
right?
like Rudo.
Yeah, what an interesting like because like the whole trash theme and like how that relates to like pulling powers from trash is fascinating. Chihiro being able to like basically redirect or copy abilities and how that interacts with like a power set that is so nebulous but also like so defined. What an interesting comparison. Yeah, guys, okay, get your votes in. It's about
poll
to be
is
50-50.
close, dog.
Yeah, it's close.
Like, we're over
Close.
time.
Close.
I have to end the poll here, and it's 50-50. Now,
Let's
YouTube
go.
might force it one direction.
It might eat a point. It does sometimes.
It might eat a point. It often does. YouTube often thinks that a 100% is actually 99%. So get your last votes in now. Okay, wrapping up the poll in 3, 2, 1, and
Oh no way!
No!
What? I could have
God,
sworn
that
I
was
saw it go to 51%.
Yeah, I
but
saw
we
it.
are
I saw
literally
it
at
go
50-50.
That was crazy.
Oh my God.
Rudo was at 51% for almost the whole thing. Then it dropped to 50, and then right at the last second, Chihiro went to 51%.
Chihiro went to 51, and then it went back down.
Right back down to 50-50.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't know how that happened. Wow.
That's crazy.
Incredible.
And
Okay.
YouTube didn't eat a percent, so it's an actual 50-50.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is an even number of votes, so I'm presuming that you guys did an exact 50-50 number of votes. That's crazy. All right. Wow. Okay. So who knows what would happen if we did an actual death battle on this? That's wild. Alicorn, so who wins?
We all win.
We all win.
Yeah.
It's the friends we made along the way.
Catch up on Kagurabachi so that you can be prepared for the anime.
Yeah. You know who wins? The audience wins because you should read Gachiakuta and Kagurabachi.
Gachiakuta and Kagurabachi.
Just the pitch that you or the initial and I believe we had pitches that kind of like introduced this as well. Just the idea of like, yeah, lives in a trash world and they're trash people. Like, just does make like Gachiakuta like instantly like kind of click for me as like oh, that sounds interesting. Like, what are they gonna do with that idea?
Oh,
So
yeah, for sure. Alan says Sam gets the final vote. That's right. We used to do this back in the day when we had
Oh,
a tie.
yeah.
right.
We would throw
It's
it over
Sam. Yeah, it's Sam.
We throw it over
to
to
Cody
yeah,
or Mike
so,
or whoever was it. So Sam, it's you. You get to decide.
I
who
like
wins.
the tie. I gotta say, I think a tie is a better ending than me deciding
Damn,
one
all
way or
right,
another.
all right.
The tie stands.
all right.
All right, the tie
Abstains
stands.
from abstains from voting, which means it ends in a tie. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks to the new members as well. Great to see you here. Stick around. We are about to do Champions Cast. You will automatically be moved over to Champion Cast if you are a member. And I think we'll probably talk a bit about Summer Games Fest. I know Nintendo Direct just happened, and there's some stuff that was announced over the weekend. We'll see. I don't know. Champion Cast sometimes it goes into all sorts of directions. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about these series. We'll see. So we'll see you there. Thank you so much for joining us for another Death Battle cast. And hey, let us know, should we do this matchup, or are there other characters that you think would be more interesting to pair up against them, or even from
Chihiro,
Kagurabachi or Gachiakuta? Like,
yeah, for
let's know
Chihiro,
in the
I hear
comments.
Miyabi from Zenless Zone Zero. So that would also be cool. I like Zenless Zone Zero a lot.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Yeah, actually had a pitch one, and we had a pitch for that one.
yeah.
So yeah. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you later.
See you.